From Hollywood, time once again for Money TV. I'm Donald Baillargeon. Thanks for joining us. Money TV is a program all about money and what makes it happen. So a Starbucks coffee cup somehow found its way into an episode of Game of Thrones, and the internet exploded, which made me realize that Starbucks is indeed everywhere. I endured one of my most embarrassing moments in a Starbucks. Out and about on a Sunday morning, I called my wife and asked if she wanted me to get her a coffee, as I was stopping for one myself. Yes, please get me a tall, non-fat caramel macchiato, she replied, to which I simply said, a what? She repeated her order into the phone, and I spent a 5-minute drive repeating it to myself over and over again. Tall, non-fat caramel macchiato. Tall, non-fat caramel macchiato. I was ready. You walk into a Starbucks on a Sunday morning and you realize you're standing in line with 20 other people offering to pay $3 to $6 for coffee with exotic names like what my wife asked for, tall, non-fat caramel macadamia. I became nervous because I was now hearing people order exotic coffee drinks like pumpkin spice frappuccino or venti non-fat mint mocha chip. Nonetheless, I was confident, self-assured, able to deliver on my promise to bring home a tall, non-fat caramel minestrone. Starbucks employees are the most cheerful and effervescent people on the planet. The smile waiting on me was blinding. No matter, I was having a black coffee for myself and a tall, non-fat caramel mozzarella for my wife. My choice was easy. One large black coffee and I was cut off in mid-sentence. Tall venti or grande? Verona gazebo or light note, asked a smile. My lip quivered. I stammered, your largest size, black, please. Well, the smile soon disappeared as I was given a hasty education, and small was tall, large was grande, Verona was bold, and light note was decaf. The line behind me was getting rather uneasy. Anything else? Asked the former smile. I threw my shoulders back and said in a large voice, yes, a tall, non-fat caramel Machiavelli. There was a stunned silence in the room, followed by muffled laughter in the line. The smile was smiling again, but this time from amusement rather than customer service. Do you perhaps mean a tall, non-fat caramel macchiato? I'm so sorry, I said, but I am not yet coffee bilingual. Everybody laughed. Someone in the line repeated what I had just said, and everyone laughed again. They were all having a wonderful time. The smiles and the smirks continued as I collected my coffees and left. About halfway home in the car, it dawned upon me that I had made it out of there without paying. Perhaps it was a confusion. Maybe the smile took pity on me. I like to think it was my subconscious Machiavellian recapturing of power. Now here's something you don't have to recapture, and it's very powerful. Our toll-free number, good from anywhere in the world you're watching the program, 888-259-4449 to get free information about our featured guests. When you do call, be sure and ask to be added to the subscription list of our Money TV newsletter. Again, toll-free from anywhere in the world, 888-259-4449. Visit us at MoneyTV.net. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Well, first up on the program this week are two executives with Origin Clear Incorporated, OCLN is their stock symbol. To my immediate left, Mr. Tom Marchicello. Tom, always great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you back on.
Absolutely.
And of course, Riggs Eckelberry, the Sultan of Water, the Chief Strategist, the Chief Executive Officer. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Water is good.
Water is good. What's new?
Well, very exciting times right now because we're firming up the business that we acquired mid-last year. Dan Early, the evangelist for modular, prefabricated, prepackaged systems, which is turning out into a real revolution. And so we created a company that was called, coincidentally, Modular Water Systems, which means we own the entirety of the Google page for modular systems, which is great. Now, that was all great, so Dan scared up a whole lot of business, and then we need a business executive.
Okay.
And I was very fortunate to have built a relationship with Tom here. Last year we worked together on that water chain project.
Right.
And now he has agreed to become the business guy working directly with Dan to monetize modular water systems.
Well, that's incredible. Now, of course, Tom, we want to first congratulate you on the birth of a daughter. Congratulations on that.
Thanks. Yeah, little Brooklyn is here, and she's awesome.
And of course, the more good news, you've been promoted to Modular Water Systems. Tell us about your role.
Yeah, so I'm the Chief Operating Officer, and my job is basically to work hand in hand with Riggs and Dan and our team to basically take now our awesome products and really get them to market with the clients that we have.
Well, there's a lot of demand for what you guys are doing, isn't there?
Yeah, it's interesting. The water industry itself has always traditionally had really strong demand for wastewater treatment and pump stations and all these very traditional key things that clean water.
Right.
And we've basically just made that whole process faster and stronger because our products last longer and we build them quick and we basically build them to a spec that is just above and beyond what the industry is used to. So they are thinking, wow, these are really great products. And that's what we're doing.
Well, the ability to move fast, build to scale, and basically plug and play, that's really the advantages that you have with your systems, right?
Yeah, plug and play, drop and go, whatever you want to call it. Like our stuff is manufactured and engineered at our factory, then completely put together, tested, and made sure it works properly. And then we just drop it on a truck and drive it to site and put it in place.
What are the applications that you're seeing the most demand from?
The easy one for us is basically a pump station. It's a really simple thing that basically just moves water, holds it in a container cistern, and moves it from one place to another. And sometimes it's clean, sometimes it's dirty. But those pump stations exist everywhere. So in a typical city, you might have hundreds of thousands of these things that are managing municipal water or industrial water. So it's a really common product in the water industry. You just don't see it. They're buried in the ground.
Now, as demand continues to increase, do you have any concerns as whether or not you can meet that demand?
No, we're not worried about the scalability on demand. What we are really concerned about is just making sure our quality is good. So we make a really good product, and then we standardize our product so we have really good margins. And then we're basically servicing the clients who are our best clients first. And then from there, we'll just continue to roll out our product on our pacing.
Approximately how many systems do you have in place right now, Riggs?
Well, Dan came to us with a legacy installed base of perhaps 50 systems.
Okay.
Right? And we've done a half dozen since then as modular water systems. Now, of course, Progressive has done, 40,
Right.
50. They have an ongoing, so our baseline business has never stopped. The challenge has been there's always a lag in these new businesses. Modular water has been growing. Now we are, I think, up to 6 or 8 systems since June.
Yeah.
And his job as COO is to make it profitable, better margins, better purchasing, and also execution and collecting of the money, right?
Of course, the sales process relies on track record. And with these systems in place, you have that track record you can point to.
Yeah, the truth of the matter is our team's been doing this stuff for about 30 years with success, but they did a lot of custom systems back in the day. And then, about 8 years ago, they started moving to these productized versions. And then the last couple years, they've been kind of stamping them out. So now you're gone from doing it custom to a prototype to a more standardized product, which is what we have now. And now we're going to move into more of a production ramp up. So we're working with different OEMs now to get our materials down, get our bill of materials done properly, reduce our overhead costing on building it, and then that basically elevates our profit margin so we can go to market faster and actually deliver the product that everybody really wants.
Sounds like you've hit the ground running.
Yeah, it's kind of cool actually. I actually hit it where we actually got clients and revenue, and then now we have like a more of a full life cycle approach. Because when you look at water, a lot of people are like, well, what part of the water industry are you in?
Right.
And there's the tail end, which is step 3, which is wastewater.
Right.
That's what happens on all the water that's got to go out of your facility. But there's 2 other steps before that. There's all the water that comes in.
Right.
So here's my building, I'm doing business, I got water coming in from the city. I want to make sure that's super clean. I have all these systems to clean the water. Then after I've already paid for my water anyway, I want to reuse my water, reclaim it. So that's my step 2. And then my third part is after I'm done dirtying it up, I got to dump it, but I want it to be clean before I dump into the city again. And that's really the other piece we come in. So we got this 1, 2, 3 step business model now and all the products to do each of those steps. And depending on who our customer is, they may be looking to purchase 1 or 2 or 3 of those products. And it's like Legos. Here's block 1, 2, and 3. They might want to replace one of the blocks. They might want to just purchase one of the blocks now. So it's really kind of a fun business to be able to say, here's what we do. Here's all our standard products. Here's our pricing. And I got a nice catalog of all the stuff I got. And people are like, this is great.
Once again, Origin Clear, OCLN. Guys, exciting as always. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, joining us now direct from New York City is Mr. Warren Wang. Warren is the CEO of ChineseInvestors.com Incorporated. CIIX is a stock symbol. Warren, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Donald. How are you?
Well, thank you. I'm doing terrific. Now, we have a special treat this week. You're going to give us a tour of your New York City offices.
Sure. Here's our CBD division. I just want to explain to our viewers, we just hit the historical revenue on a monthly basis from our CBD division in California. And the strategy is focus on $400 bottle instead of $40 bottle. And we established a brand new, New York division on the CBD. So we are starting probably advertising next month on May. So we think we will hit probably another historical revenue now in May. So we have Baillargeon, she's our chief on the CBD. Baillargeon, maybe you say hi to our audience, because this is our first time we show people around our division. This is two very intelligent intern. They're working on the marketing division, and this pretty girl, she's there, she's marketing intern too. Ouyang is our sales team. And then we have Forex and crypto division. So I would like to tour you around in another office.
Well, Warren, as you continue the tour, I wanted to get your input on some big news out in California. You're opening a CBD pop-up store in the Glendale Galleria, which is one of the busiest shopping malls in Southern California. Tell us about that.
Yes, that's why I'm so excited. Our marketing director expecting getting $14,000 on the first month of sales. We are leasing 3 months leasing in Glendale, and I think per month. So I think that can add in our revenue. So by the way, I'm coming to our IR division office. This is office on the 40 Wall Street on the 29th floor. So this is my two interns, our analyst Lynn. Thomas was not there. But this is all four. Andrew was not there. Maybe the camera, we can see the office. This is probably 10 people office on the 40 Wall Street on the 29th floor, Trump building, and next to the New York Stock Exchange. So by the way, I'm very excited about the Glendale operation. We start on the May 1st. Next week I can show you some video on the opening ceremony. And I think it can generate tremendous revenue for us down the road. Especially, it's not just Chinese consumer, but also a lot of mainstream consumers love to buy the CBD in the mall. What do you think, Donald?
I think it's terrific. Now, what's next in our grand tour?
So I'm going to tour you to our Forex division. Donald Meyer is beautiful, handsome guy. He's working for the Forex.com.
Hello.
He's the chief operation officer for our Forex division. And this is our tech guy, and this is beautiful girl. Is on the Forex analyst. We also, you can see from, you can see the outside is next to the Wall Street, not next to the New York Stock Exchange. So that's kind of, we will show the picture and the video to your audience.
If we go back to your CBD business for a moment, if we can you tell us about your sales strategy to concentrate on higher end products?
I think our strategy is first we will give people a small bottle to try, like $40 worth of a bottle. So if the CBD really fit their health concern, for example, improve their some kind of health condition, we will suggesting them to buy a big quantity. So we calculate 4,890 milligram CBD selling for $400 is only like 9 cents per milligram of CBD. So if you buy big quantity, it can save you a lot of money. For example, it's like a Costco, right? You buy 24 cans of Coca-Cola, maybe only each one costs about 8 cents compared to you go to the retail shop for $1. So our strategy is that people try it first. So if that, I use the CBD, one small bottle, like 100 milligrams of CBD, worth it. And then we say, okay, you can try $400. It's only cost you 9 cents. The more quantity CBD you purchased, the less expensive. So this is like we try to sell some idea of Costco of the CBD. Make sense, Donald? So the Chinese consumer, their behavior is a little bit different compared to the mainstream consumers. They love to purchase big quantity because they think they can save so much money if they purchase a big quantity of products. Correct? So it's helping increasing our revenue, improving our profit margin. So we've been struggling with our California division in the last 6 months. We start selling $30. We're working really hard. We lost a lot of money, and then we moved to the spray, and then we moved to $400 per bottle of CBD. It improves a lot. Revenue heating up, and I think it's perfect time to start advertising. And I think this year is very critical for Chinese CBD company, because it's on the Chinese consumer. They kind of more conscious. They kind of more acceptable to the CBD products, because the mainstream is taking the CBD right now. Everywhere is people buying the CBD, so they want to have Chinese speaking salesperson to sell the CBD to them. Can be much easier though. Right? So I think our revenue, I'm so excited. I think our US division can hit 600 on next fiscal year, maybe $1 million sales just on the CBD alone. That's very conservative estimates.
Once again, ChineseInvestors.com Incorporated, CIIX is the stock symbol. Warren, thank you so much for the tour. Great update.
Thank you so much, Donald.
Have you heard the news? There's only one flat-fee news distribution network on the market. It's called Access Wire, and it's exclusively from Issuer Direct. Any day, anytime, the Access Wire News Network can deliver your press release to more than 1,500 media outlets in 98 countries. Access Wire also delivers real-time engagement analytics. You will learn who read and shared your press release and more. Best news of all, getting started is easy. Visit accesswire.com and extend your company's news reach today.
Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington. On Shark Tank, we always look for the next big thing. Today, it's digital currencies like Bitcoin. But everyone wants to know, is it real and how do I get started? Yes, it's real, and the best way to start is setting up your free digital wallet with singlepoint.com. They make it easy to buy, use, and store digital currencies without banks or debit and credit cards. Use promo code SING for your free wallet and informative newsletter. That's singlepoint.com.
Does this sound familiar? Turned down for a mortgage? Credit card interest over 20%? Didn't get the job you wanted? The problem is your credit score. Unsure what your credit score is? Call the Advocacy Network, 321-947-3220. Talk to Carl. He can help you regain your financial independence. Change your life today. 321-947-3220. Talk to Carl.
We are back. Thanks for staying with us. Joined now direct from Phoenix, Arizona by Mr. Greg Lambrecht. Greg, of course, is the CEO of Single Point Incorporated. SING is their stock symbol. Greg, always great to have you on the program.
Hey, thanks for having me today, Don.
Now, Greg, I understand you have some acquisition activity updates for us, so why don't you take it away?
Yeah, we did. You know, I've been telling the shareholders that the company's really focused on acquiring some companies to not only boost up our revenues, but more importantly to have enough net profits to where we don't ever have to raise money again. So the direct solar deal that we've been working on for the last 2 months, we're at the 11th hour with that. The auditors are just signing off on it, and we expect to have some great news for our shareholders that we're going to be closing that within the next week. The other company that we have an LOI with, which is also 8K'd, is called Proactive Nutra, and they are actually a manufacturer of CBD. So we're very excited about that, and we'll start with the due diligence and the audit on that one as well.
It's been really interesting to watch as the acquisitions you're making and targeting have been getting larger.
Yeah, they really are. In fact, but more importantly, the two acquisitions that we're making right now, the exciting thing about them is the one is doing about 1.8 million in revenue, but boy, this year already it looks like he's done 3 or 4 million. So we project, and we're hoping that this company can do 5 to 10 million in revenue, and it just needs some influx of money. The other company that we have an LOI is kind of the same story. They're doing about $1 million in revenue, and they're turning out about $290,000 in net profit. This company as well, with putting a little money into, we think we can turn that into $5 million. So just with the two companies we have and putting some more money in them, we think between the two of them that we can do anywhere between 5 and 10 million, and that's without any more acquisitions.
Well, speaking of money, Greg, we had a conversation before going on the air. Your financials are due to be released soon. You're saying they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, our financials are really heading in the right direction. Especially our 10K. Our revenues were way up and our losses were way down. Well, the financials, that come out on the 15th, it looks like we're heading in the right direction on both of those avenues. Revenues up and losses down. So it's really exciting from a financial viewpoint to see what's happening to Single Point right now. We're heading in the right direction, and like I've been saying, I think we have the potential of being profitable this year.
Well, that is fabulous. I wanted to catch up, however, on something we discussed previously. You had mentioned wanting to be duly listed on the Canadian Stock Exchange. Any update on that?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you asked. Yes, we went through all of the documents, and we're just putting some final tweaks to the document, and we're going to be turning that in to the Canadian Exchange up there shortly. So that's moving along just as planned.
Single Point Incorporated, SING is their stock symbol. Greg, always a pleasure having you on the show. Great update. Thanks for joining us.
Well, yeah, and thanks for having me, Don. And I really feel like this is a turning point for Single Point. In fact, today we're up 8%, and I really see the stock catching up as far as going up price with all the things we're doing. So keep an eye on Single Point and go sing.
Well, joining us now via Skype is Mr. Carl Rydell. Carl's the CEO of PAO Group Incorporated. PAOG is their stock symbol. Carl, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me back, Don.
Well, Carl, PAO Group Incorporated describes itself as a company dedicated to the proper use of medical cannabis. Can you give us a general overview of the company, please?
Sure. PAO Group started out with medical clinics promoting alternative patient care, including medical cannabis. Those clinics have since been transferred to our sister company, Rising Biosciences. PAO Group has transitioned to patients against opioids, and our mission is to combat the opioid epidemic in America through the responsible use of medical cannabis.
Well, why is a company like PAO important during this time in history when the opioid epidemic's at an all-time high?
Our company is committed to alternative treatment options to opioids and other pain medications, and we're advocates for both THC and CBD. When was the last time you heard of anyone overdosing from cannabis? Never. Our passion led to our involvement with the Michigan cannabis market, which recently passed recreational cannabis legislation in November. We're very excited about Michigan, which is where we plan to launch our cannabis brand high-end products, as well as Canafin.
Well, you mentioned that in our last interview, Canafin. What exactly is Canafin?
Canafin is a product that was developed by Rising Biosciences. That's RBII on the ticker. PAO Group has an exclusive agreement with Rising Biosciences to manufacture Canafin products in the state of Michigan. Now, Canafin is a blend of activated THC and CBD in capsule format. It has a 50-50 ratio of THC to CBD. We're also working on developing vapor products for Canafin in the Michigan market as well.
Now, the company recently announced a potential acquisition of a cannabis grow and processing lab operation in Michigan. Tell us about that.
We're currently working through our due diligence on any potential acquisition. We're very excited about the project, working with our law firm on MMFLA licensing through Michigan's Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. That's LARA. Unfortunately, we received a certified letter from the city attorney of Romulus, Michigan, advising us that Romulus is opting out of medical and recreational cannabis. So we've been looking at other cities and municipalities for our commercial operations. The benefit of the potential acquisition that we're currently working on lies not only in the existing cannabis grow operation, the extraction and distillate lab, but also in the extensive client base that it has and distribution channels that have been established over many years of operation.
Well, Carl, looking ahead to the next 6 months, what's your plans going forward?
Again, we're looking forward to the launch of high-end products as well as Canafin into the Michigan market. We've been negotiating strategic partnerships with licensed growers to process their cannabis flower and trim, as well as brokering distribution opportunities into provisioning centers and dispensaries. Our master grower, Tom Sawyer, has been getting hands-on training with short path distillation and extraction methods. And on the short term, we're planning to attend the High Times Cannabis Cup in Michigan, which is at the Auto City Speedway on June 8th through 9th up in Clio, Michigan. And that's where we hope to launch Canafin. We're also hoping to launch high-end products at the Midwest Cannabis Cup, which is later this fall. And basically our goal is to finalize our LARA applications for a commercial processor license this month so we can expand our operations and footprint in the Michigan market. Overall, we have a very aggressive marketing campaign plan for 2019. We just finished setting up our Miami office, and we're just eager to launch our cannabis brands.
Once again, the company's PAO Group Incorporated, PAOG is their stock symbol. Great accomplishments, Carl. We look forward to more operations from you as we go along in this series of interviews we'll be doing with you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Perfect. Thank you for having me, Don.
Have you heard the news? There's only one flat-fee news distribution network on the market. It's called AccessWire, and it's exclusively from Issuer Direct. Any day, anytime, the AccessWire News Network can deliver your press release to more than 1,500 media outlets in 98 countries. AccessWire also delivers real-time engagement analytics. You will learn who read and shared your press release and more. Best news of all, getting started is easy. Visit accesswire.com and extend your company's news reach today.
Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington. On Shark Tank, we always look for the next big thing. Today, it's digital currencies like Bitcoin. But everyone wants to know, is it real and how do I get started? Yes, it's real, and the best way to start is setting up your free digital wallet with singlepoint.com. They make it easy to buy, use, and store digital currencies without banks or debit and credit cards. Use promo code SING for your free wallet and informative newsletter. That's singlepoint.com.
Well, in this week's Money Wrap radio program, we're going to talk about foldable phones, the latest high-tech thing that's come down the pike. For more information and to find a radio station near you, go to the website moneywrap.com. Call us right now, toll-free from anywhere in the world, 888-259-4449 to get free information about our featured guests. When you do call, be sure and ask to be added to the subscription list of our Money TV newsletter. It is free, as is the call from anywhere in the world, 888-259-4449. Visit us at moneytv.net. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. That's our show this week. As always, we'll be back next week. Thanks so much for joining us.